vlogs. I'm in Bangkok right now, and I'm actually gonna be heading out to meet my friend Moss and Jane. So I just thought I would do a get ready with me and maybe some Q&A. Let's see. I think I asked you guys to ask me some questions before on Instagram, so I'm just gonna pull up the Insta story. So the first question is, what skincare products are you using? That's the perfect question. I have my travel toiletries bag here with me. Inside it's like all skincare products that I use and I carry with me for all of my trips. The first thing I'm using is this ést.lab Skin Calming Lotion Essence. I really quite like this brand. I actually got introduced to it yesterday. It's like the calming essence. Fancl Moist and Lift Essence. I actually bought all of like my Fancl products when I went to Japan. It's not the cheapest and it only lasts for a month. But skincare and Fancl is really like my #1 brand, especially if you've got sensitive skin. Kanebo, the first serum. I actually really quite like this serum as well because it's so watery. You can see it's like water. Okay, next question. How often do you work out? I get this so often and people just don't believe me when I say that I don't work out that much. I actually, you know, probably only squeeze in like a 10 minutes workout once every 2 weeks, and it's like, you know, those at home with no equipment kind. So I only really work out when I have time or when I just feel like I'm a little bit like flabby and soft. Then that's when I like try and squeeze in a 10 minutes workout. But other than that, I just simply don't have the time and discipline to. I just have really high metabolism rate. Alright, so for those of you who ask me how I get my abs if I don't work out and I don't watch my diet, in fact I eat anything I want, I have the worst diet ever. It's because I have very low fat content. I used to play badminton for 8 years competitively. I would train 5 to 7 times a week and still didn't watch my diet then. But when I took my, you know, this fat percentage body fat test in the past when I was like in my teens, so about 15, 14 years old, I had about 9% body fat, which was super low for a woman because an average woman has 26%. This is the moisturizer I'm using from Fancl as well. Fast forward to today, I'm 25, so my metabolism rate has significantly slowed down because I have stopped badminton about 6 years ago as well, and I have just not been really working out, but I still kept a very active lifestyle, you know, like just running around all the time and being in heels all the time, standing up, walking. Then I'm going in with this eye cream from ést.lab. I really like this as well. I love the texture of it. Okay, how do you stay positive after having a bad day? I try my best not to let the bad day affect me because I just have like 1,000,001 things to do every day. Anyway, this is the Fancl Sunguard. Priority is usually my work. So if you wanna, you know, get to me and make me have a bad day, you probably have to wait for like after working hours. which is something that I'm very thankful for because like I'm able to just switch off and like just fully focus on what I have on hand. But on some days, of course, something really nasty happened. I would just, you know, cry it out, talk to someone about it, pray. It's okay to let yourself be down once in a while because no one is perfect. Just don't let it bother you for too long. Like, don't let yourself stay in that space for like more than 2-3 hours because I think it's just, you know, if you can't help it, like I always have this rule. Can I do anything about it? If I can, I'll do it. If I can help it, I will help it, I will do it. But if I can't, then I'm just gonna allow myself like 1 hour to wallow over it, cry, rant, complain, and I'll move on because it's just not worth 1 hour of my time. That's it. Alright, let's start with makeup. Prime our face. I am using my Guerlain. This is like the gold color primer that I really like. So just one pump because this shit is expensive. What's my PSLE result? I don't know if it's okay to share, but I guess I will just share it. I got 240. I actually went to a neighborhood primary school, which is called Chongzhen Primary. Who is from Chongzhen Primary over here? If you're watching my video, please comment comments box down below. I would love to say hi to you because I literally do not know anyone apart from my primary school friends. I don't think academic is what we are known for, so my score 240 was considered pretty high in that school back then. I don't know about now because I've graduated like what, 20 years ago. Okay, not 20 years ago. Guys, I'm 25. Okay, you do the math yourself. I was honestly super happy because my prelims was like 200 or something. For those of you who don't know, from Singapore, PSLE is national exam that we take when we're 12. Anyway, I'm using a MAC 197 brush to just disperse the foundation. So this foundation kind of sets quite fast. So we're gonna work by section. Would you guys, I mean especially those who are from girls' school or boys' school, would you guys send your kid to a single-sex school after that? You know, when you have your kid. I personally would, and if I could, I would send my daughter to TKGS. I had the best time and I made the best friends over there. When there's no like boys or, you know, or rather girls, someone from the opposite sex around, you just focus on other more like important things like friendship and like sports, or like just you have lots of fun. Like you're not so caught up with trying to impress the boys. Going in with my 3CE concealer. How's my wedding preparation? It's progressing, thankfully. Together with my friend Bobby Kieran and his videographer Wei Xiang, I booked our trip to Melbourne where we will be doing our like pre-wedding shoot. And then Sunrise Greece came out and it was just too good of an opportunity to pass out because you guys know how Matt and I actually really love Santorini, and we always talked about going back there for our wedding photo shoot, but financially, I mean, it was just not practical for us to be splurging that much and also flying up to other people, you know, out of our own pockets to Santorini to shoot it. So that's why we chose Melbourne instead. But when this Santorini opportunity came about with Sunrise Greece, we were like, oh my gosh, like that would be awesome because we've always wanted to go again. I actually celebrated my 21st birthday there with Matt, so it holds like a very special place in our heart. Going in with my hourglass and my lighting palette. So yeah, wedding prep wise, it is finally progressing. I chose my second March in gown the other day. Everything's gotta be a secret, so you guys don't ask me for the photos because I'm not gonna show you guys, okay? On my brows with the XL eyebrow pencil. I really like this eyebrow pencil actually. I've got my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette as usual. You guys know how much I love this palette. Today I think I'm gonna go in with slightly warmer colors because I'm wearing yellow. So I'm starting this with beige. What do you look for in a guy? I mean, when I was younger, like what I looked for in a guy versus now at like 25 at an age where I really just want to settle down, it's completely different. Like the things that I used to look for when I was younger, oh, he needs to sweep me off my feet, oh, he needs to be good looking, he needs to be funny, you know, and all that. And I think that as you grow older, you just realize that there are a lot of things that are just not as important. And they're just not what truly makes a relationship go on forever. So I've got my, you know, fair share of like past relationships and all, and I have learned a lot of these things. As I grew older and also as I met my fiance Matthias, I learned a lot like about what I truly wanted in like a man. And number one, I wanted a husband. So someone that would just not see this as like a short-term thing, someone who would have like the same common goal with me and saw that dating would eventually result in getting married, marriage, and they wanted the same thing as well. And that to me was super important because I wasn't gonna waste my time. Like even though I was 19, I wasn't gonna waste my time with just fooling around anymore because I want to date like for a good like 5 years or more before I settle and decide that this is the guy I want to marry. He was 21, I was 19, and that was just kind of bizarre. Yeah, I'm glad like I found Matthias who would always be so giving and sacrificial. But of course, like I have my sacrifices too, and we just make it work because we both have our common goal, which is to get married to each other. So when you truly have a common goal and mean it from the bottom of your heart, empty words don't mean a thing, really. So I'm going in with this brown shadow, orange shadow. This is a very orangey color. Okay, so my eyes are very orangey right now. Primavera. I'm gonna apply it in the center of my eyelids. Just contouring my face with my Hoola bronzer. I've already hit pan. I'm so sad. It's time to get a new one. Just trying to get it to match my neck. And tell me what you think about, you know, the traits that I put out there. Whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me, and why. But of course, let's keep the comment section very nice and peaceful. Let's go with blush because I'm going for like a very orangey look. I'm also going for an orange blush. This one is by 3 Cosmetics in the shade Sweet Child. I love this blush. I think I would just do it this way, horizontally, and give it like a more like watercolor blended in. How many kids do you dream to have? I want 3 kids. That's why I want to start young. But honestly, as I grow older, I think that kids can wait. Like, I love kids and I've always wanted to be a young mom. But honestly, at this juncture where my work is really going on at full speed, if I were to get pregnant, you know, immediately after the wedding, I would be very happy, honestly, of course, because like I love kids and I've always wanted to have kids. But I would be worried whether or not I'll be able to juggle like being a mom and you know, my career and stuff. And I want 3, and preferably I want more sons. I love like little boys over little girls. But of course, like if I have my little girls, 3 girls in fact, I also don't mind. I'm just gonna love them all equally the same. Mini 2 match from Etude House over here. This one is in the shade BE 101 LA Lady, so I actually quite like it. Where do you buy your eyelashes? I buy them from Japan, Korea, and Bangkok. Especially for those super dramatic ones, I get it over here in Platinum Mall. This one is actually from Japan. Just makes your eyes a lot more like cutesy. I use Duo for my eyelash glue. Why do you call yourself Mongabong? I think I've answered this a lot of times. Like, everyone calls me Mong, right? You know. And in school, I have this senior that would just kind of like make fun of everyone's names, and she would just call me like Mongabong, like just because Mong rhymes with bong, and it just stuck with me. Like, I just decided to use it for my Neopets account, my Friendster. Was it Friendster? No, not Friendster. Like I can't remember other like social media back then. I would just call myself Mongabong because I thought that was kind of cute, and it's a lot easier to remember than my name Mong Chin. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me Q&A kind of thing. I know it's very random and all over the place, but nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, join the fam, hit the notifications bell button. You guys know the drill. I'll see you next time. Bye! Mwah!